right, hello mathletes. In this screencast, we're going to review the Pythagorean theorem, which hopefully you recall from geometry. So we're going to go through these three examples that are in the note packet that you got in class. All right, here we go. So the Pythagorean theorem up at the top, this theorem only applies to right triangles, and you can use this theorem to find missing side lengths. So A and B refer to the legs, and C is referring to the hypotenuse, which is always the longest side in that right triangle, and it's always across from the largest angle, the right angle. Example number 1 says, find the missing side of each triangle. Leave your answers in simplest radical form. So this question is going to review how to simplify a radical and also how to use this theorem to find a missing side length. The number one error that I find that students might make on a problem like this is they misidentify what the hypotenuse is. So that hypotenuse is across from the right angle. So my first step is going to be to substitute the side lengths in. So I'll have x squared plus 11 squared equals 15 squared. I'll simplify and I'll get x squared by itself. And my goal is to get x by itself. So to undo squaring something, I'll take the square root of both sides. And because the directions do not tell me to round, it says leave my answer in simplest radical form. I'm going to do that over here. Now, there are different methods that you can use to simplify a radical. I like to use my perfect squares. So if you use that method, you are looking for the largest perfect square that is a factor of the number that's in the radical. So for this particular case, that would be 4. So I have 4 times 26. The square root of 4 times the square root of 26. And the square root of 4 is 2. Now 26 cannot be broken down further because 26, the only perfect square that is a factor of 26 is 1. That's how you know you're done simplifying the radical. And so my final answer is 2 radical 26 kilometers. Number 2, the directions are the same. Again, my answer should be in simplest radical form. So the hypotenuse is the unknown in this problem. So I know the 2 legs. So I'll set up my equation. I'll evaluate each term, combine like terms, and I'll get x squared by itself. And then I want x by itself. Again, square root of 160 off to the side, I'll simplify my radical. The largest perfect square that went into 160 was 16. And you can see here how I simplified that radical. And there is my final answer, and I should have added in centimeters. So add that into your notes. The last example here says the skyscrapers are connected by a skywalk. So this is the skywalk right here where my mouse is hovering over. And it is supported with support beams. And we want to approximate the length of the support beam. So that's this piece right here to the nearest tenth. Now, because the directions say to round, that's how I know that I should get my calculator. But I'm going to treat it like the other problems. So I'll plug it into my Pythag theorem. I'll use my calculator, square those numbers, and then I also combine them. And then to get x squared by itself, I took the square root. Now, when you round to the nearest tenth on this problem, it ends out being approximately 53 meters. So review these 3 problems, and I'm not sure what the practice is. I haven't decided yet, but it will link it. It will say it in the modules. Hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.